Hi, everyone. My name is MikeBarbee. I'm with UMCOR, United Methodist Committee on Relief, and I'm the Water and Sanitation Technical Officer. What you saw in that video is all about something that nobody wants to talk about, because nobody wants to talk about poop. Nobody wants to talk about defecation. Nobody wants to talk about beep. That was me censoring myself for a word I can't say in most places and in front of most people. But it's something that we all need to be willing to talk about because it makes a difference. When UMCOR does its water and sanitation work, we are working to meet needs. And there are needs around this world that are so big in water and sanitation. When we're talking about water, what we're talking about is drilling wells, also about treating water and protecting springs. When you talk about sanitation, we're talking about improved toilets. When we talk about hygiene, we're talking about behavior change like hand washing. So things like this that are so simple and things that we take for granted can save lives all around the world. And you may have heard it last night. When I say UMCOR, you say, yes, wash. Water, sanitation, and hygiene. Those three really go together. Because when you want to empower communities and you want to make a difference in the health of people around the world, you have to think about those three things. And what a model that UMCOR uses is that the community needs to demand these services, meaning they have to say, we need these things. We don't go in and tell them, this is something that we feel that you need, and so let's do a project around this. We really want them to say, we have needs in water and sanitation. We have these ideas, will you come and support us to accomplish what we want? And that the community would then lead. They would lead the efforts. They'd be a part of designing those solutions, and they would be a part of fixing their own problem. So that means they're gonna own it. They're gonna own what goes in place if they're the ones who are part of designing it and leading the way. Everything depends on WASH. When we talk about improving people's household incomes, you have to go all the way back to the beginning and think about, for people that live on $2 a day or less, that's the bottom billion. Those people comprise most of the people around the world that don't have clean water and proper sanitation. That's about 780 million people around the world. And sanitation, people are looking for, there's about 1.8 billion people, about a quarter of the world's population that don't have improved sanitation like the latrine you see outside of this room. When we're talking about health, water and sanitation is considered a preventative health measure. And diseases like diarrheal disease are very preventable when you incorporate water, sanitation, and hygiene. Even education is impacted by water and sanitation. People that are going to school, kids that may have to do chores at home around water and sanitation, going to fetch water or be in charge of washing the kids, their younger brothers and sisters every day. If they don't have the means and access to fresh water, they're going to be spending time doing that rather than studying or going to school. And if there's not proper facilities at school, you're also going to be seeing that kids don't come to school because women and girls won't have the proper facilities for their own sanitation needs. And then finally at the household, so much money goes into healthcare. If you don't have access to clean water, your chances of getting diarrheal disease are going to go up. And so if you have clean water, you're going to be spending less at the health center. You're going to be spending less time on these activities, and you'll have more time to create money at the household level. In Darfur, East Darfur, UMCOR is working together with organizations there and through its own field office in ELee camp. And we are helping put in water points, enough water points that people can access it close to their homes. We're also doing bathing shelters and latrines. These latrines are simple. Same materials that you see outside of this room on that latrine are being used there. And UMCOR is helping educate people around why these latrines are so important. Bathing shelters, so they can take care of the simple functions. Once they have water, they're able to bathe and they can take care of those simple hygiene needs. Hand washing. The simple act of hand washing can make a huge difference on people's overall health. So before you eat, after you use the toilet, washing your hands, we know it, and so we need to take that information and take simple solutions around the world. And water close to the home. So these are people that are getting water from outside of the camp and bringing it into the camp so they have it close to home, and that's what UMCOR also wants to support. So that children don't have to spend their time collecting water. All of these go into impacting people like Fatma. Fatma is 10 years old. She's in the 4th grade. And when I talked to her, she was around one of these water points, and I asked her, how long do you spend collecting water every day? And she said, about 4 hours. 4 hours that she could be spending studying, she could be spending on other chores at the house. So when we're talking about the case for toilets, we're talking about taking situations like for my friend Angela, who I met when I was in South Sudan, who doesn't have a toilet at her home, and working with her in her village so that they're not forced to do this, which is defecate in the open, and they have solutions like this. So you can visit us, umcor.org, Youth 2015. You'll gain access to all the different information that we have, the different partners that we partner with around the world, and you can see the difference that money that's given to UMCOR and any money that you want to give to UMCOR will make in this world. And remember that when you invest in water and sanitation, you're investing in saving lives. You're investing in saving the lives of people that are around you here in the US, because we have projects here, and you're investing in saving lives of people around the world. Thank you.